Suck it in, suck it in. Oh, yeah.
E-Rock, Big Z.
That's right.
Bears got a victory today. Are you shocked as I am?
Yeah, I mean, that's not Miller time, but let's tap the Rockies. Hey! Salud. Salud. All right. The Bears put up 36 points. Only put up 6 points in the second half. If you watched the video earlier today, we had 30 points in the first half, which is mind-blowing.
I still don't.
I mean, I don't do drugs or anything like that, but I mean, if you would have told me the Bears are going to put 30 points in the first half, I'd say you're high.
Yeah, at least a little bit. Yeah, I mean, when's the last? When's the last time we seen them score 30 in a game on a normal basis? You know what I mean? Like, it's not a thing.
Probably the Tampa game.
Yeah.
The Tampa game when Mitch went off. I mean, that's the last time.
And all this does is further prove my point that they should have never pulled Mitch Trubisky in the first place.
You were right. You were right.
Laser should have been the offensive coordinator.
Yes.
The play caller from the beginning.
Yes.
But what did I tell you guys? I'll give Nagy some credit for recognizing that, even whether it be from pressure, whether it being from not seeing the results that you're wanting to see, but I will give him credit for the fact that he did go ahead and change out and allow Laser to be the play caller.
Well, it took us about 3 years to knock him off his high horse. That's pretty much what it was. You know what? He's well said. He's the smartest man in the room, and he's got the big ego.
Right.
I get it. You're a rookie head coach. You don't want to let go of everything.
Yeah.
You're known as the offensive guru.
Well, and that's what we were hoping to get out of him. And the thing is that I think what happened is, I think in year 2 as a head coach, he outsmarted himself because he says, hey, how can I turn Mitch into a pocket passer instead of doing the things that he does well? So now what you see in these games is you see when Laser's out there, they're probably looking at 2018 film because now teams aren't expecting it. They're expecting the Bears to just throw the ball all over the place and hope to get
the
like
3 yard passes and run up the middle corner passes.
And they never work, you know.
No.
Mitch does look much more rollout. Absolutely. You're right.
That's what the whole point of getting Nagy was, to have a West Coast offense.
And it's just, I think what it is I think Nagy just psyched himself out because he's fired up out there. I think he's a good leader. I think a part of being a good leader is knowing when to delegate and knowing who you have to delegate certain duties to.
Remember, he's a rookie coach. He doesn't know that.
But he's a third-year coach at this point. You know what I mean? So
that's a rookie. Look at Belichick. He started at the bottom.
Yeah.
And then he stuck with the Browns. And
Belichick took a long time to become what Belichick is.
Right.
I am, and it's hard because we're in such a results-driven machine right now.
Yeah, we want the now.
We want the now. We want everything to be immediately. Absolutely. Yeah, that's the Bears that we love too. I mean, it was great to see something like that.
I mean, it's going to make a great show for today.
Absolutely. We actually can be happy today.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, we don't have to turn them down and give them the Fs and the incompletes of the day, you know. But we talk about projects, and they only work, we're only happy when they work well because otherwise we're frustrated about it. Mm-hmm. But when you see the projects come together and you see some of the moves that Ryan Pace has made that made them better, you see some of the things Nagy kind of adjusting and allowing Laser to be the play caller. That helps the team as a whole. And Trubisky gains confidence when he can get these completions because he's rolled out and he's getting the ball where it needs to go.
Yeah, he looked very Mahomes-ish.
Yeah.
If you can say that.
There was a lot of sidearm throws today. You saw him kind of whip it in there on the sidearm, and we have never really seen him do that before.
Hitting targets in the chest.
Yeah, hitting them where they needed to go.
He's throwing guys open. Like, who is this guy?
Yeah.
Where did this come from? What was it?
And I still have, internally, I think, well, is this something that, did Nagy cut down this kid's confidence so much that he didn't want to do those things, or he just never moved through progressions? What you're doing now, what you're seeing with Laser, is that he's putting Mitch into position. You're not giving him a chance to overthink it. Mm-hmm. You're saying this is the way the play's going to go. As long as the blocking goes this way and we kind of fake it this way, we can roll you out to the right. You got your receiver right there, your tight end, Mooney, one of these guys, that if they get into space, they can run down the field.
Right. I think that's exactly what's happened. They put him in the right position. At the same time, they're simplifying. You actually saw Mitch read coverage.
Yes.
And call audibles. Mm-hmm. I was like, whoa.
It's like speaking a different language to him that he gets. I wonder if, and we talked about the Denny's menu.
Yeah.
Nagy throwing just way too much, and then really having, and that was the thing too, is we heard Miller come out a couple of weeks ago and say the things that we practice are not called in the game.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, is that really what's tripping them up? Because they haven't practiced the things, like,
I think that's what it is. It's
it
like,
has to be that change.
And it's also the thing is where, and me being the teacher, is like sometimes I may explain something to a student and they don't get it. And I can explain it 15 different ways and they don't get it. And then they'll sit down with their partner at the table or next to them and like, hey, bro, this is how you do it.
Right.
And
It's
boom,
just a different. It's just a different voice.
And exactly, that's the different voice. And sometimes you need to take a different approach and say, you know what I'm saying is not working. Mm-hmm. Can you talk to this kid?
Just explain it in the way that you would explain it. And
Right.
sometimes it's just, and see, that's the thing is
It
that
happens.
we ruin quarterbacks in this town, not just because of the position and the pressure that they're put in, but the fact is that you look at, we can talk about this all day, but look at what they did to Jay Cutler. Now, Jake, you can say what you want about Jay Cutler, how he was angry, he always had the sourpuss, he wasn't a leader, he wasn't a rah-rah guy, and that's all well and that's all true. But the fact of the matter is that
put up numbers.
within 9 years in the team, he went through, what, 3 head coaches, 2 head coaches? He had like 7 different offensive coordinators.
Yep.
And at one point in time, it took them a long time to get him some weapons, but at one point in time, they were trying to convince him and us that Devin Hester is the number 1 wide receiver.
No.
Devin Hester couldn't even do the job that he was drafted out of college to do, which was not, and yes, he was a great returner all time, but he was a defensive back when he came into the league.
And he was way too small to be.
And he was terrible.
Yeah,
he was terrible as a defensive player. He was terrible as an offensive player. Probably the greatest special teams player of all time.
Yeah, he was a gadget player on offense, just like Cohen.
Yeah, and you had him and Johnny Knox, and they're sitting there trying to tell us that, oh yeah, he's a number 1 wide receiver. Well, you can't do that to the guy, and then eventually, you get screwed enough times. You're like, I don't even care anymore.
Johnny Knox. I mean, Mooney reminds me of Johnny Knox a lot.
But I think Mooney is
More
got
talented.
better moves.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
he's more talented. But I'm just saying, like his stature, being able to get catch balls that need to be caught. I mean, the kid looked good. He came in, smart enough to step inbounds before he stretched out for the touchdown. You had Komet.
Yes, Komet looked great.
Komet was getting hit hard.
Yes. But that's what tight ends. The tight end is basically a lineman who can catch.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest with what a tight end is. You know what I mean? It's a combination between a lineman and a receiver. Well,
yeah, exactly. Oh yes, exactly, Pat. Thor. Yeah, exactly. The Dan Creeley. Yes, the aha moment. Exactly. We learned that in college. Yeah, and sometimes that's the way it works. But yeah, Montgomery looked great in the first half. What happened in the second half? The defense adjusted.
Yeah,
that's all that is.
And they took their foot off the gas pedal a little bit.
No, they did a lot. I told you that they were going to take their foot off.
But I mean, you're up by a lot, and they still put the pressure on Watson. I mean, he couldn't do anything today. Now, granted, they were missing a lot of players. Kenny Stills was out. I think David Johnson was out. The kid from Notre Dame, Fuller was out because he got, that's his own fault.
That's his being a dumbass.
But I mean, this is Romeo Cornell led team. It's not Bill O'Brien anymore either.
No.
So it's a different dynamic. They had a lot of weird kind of things moving on this year. But the problem is that because of the success that your quarterback has had in the past, they get a pass for this year. Yes, they fired their coach,
GM,
coach slash GM, but that's a bad position to put anyone in anyway. I don't know why they ever do that. That's such a stupid idea.
Yeah, that's way too much responsibility.
Yeah, unless you're Belichick, I think Pete Carroll probably has the same stature. I think
Pete Carroll was a college coach who recruited very well.
Yes.
So him being a GM, I have no issue with. Belichick, he's earned it. He's been 20-something years coaching. He knows football. Yeah. Bill O'Brien, not so much.
Well, but now here's the thing you forget about Bill O'Brien is that he took over a Penn State team after the whole Joe Paterno thing.
Yeah.
And Paterno was the coach of for many years.
Yeah. He
Bill
turned
O'Brien,
that run.
And he was only there for 2-3 years, and everyone recognized him as the next great thing, and that's why he ended up in Houston. Yeah. He had never coached in the NFL.
You know, Mike, we're going to Houston now.
Yeah, well,
Lovie Smith. Book it now.
Oh my gosh.
Book it now.
So he gets let go by Illinois, and you think they're gonna be scooping him up right away?
He's from Texas. They're picking him up.
I mean, I wish.
I don't think he was that engaged. He's not a recruiter. that was never his thing. He was always an NFL kind of guy.
Yeah,
so
because
going to Illinois, he's like, I don't know.
He was the defensive coordinator with the Rams when they were really good in the early 2000s.
And he's in the Tony Dungy tree. So he was with in Tampa Bay, and then moved to what, Indianapolis maybe?
No, he was in the Rams when we got him.
Oh, okay.
Lovey, yeah.
Yeah, so he was Tampa, then Rams, then us.
So and then he was the head coach at Tampa Bay. They didn't really give him a shot there. So, I mean, it was cool to see him back in the blue and orange. But I mean, they really couldn't do much over there. And Northwestern, terrible. Lovey is done. Terrible. I mean, Lovey wasn't terrible. He got fired after a 10-win season. He wasn't terrible. He took us to the Super Bowl. He was a good leader.
The defense was aging at that point. That's not his fault.
Yeah,
he can only play the players he's got on the field.
Right. But I mean, just offensively in the Lovey era, they screwed over.
That was a problem.
They screwed over, and the problem is that now you had Jay Cutler. When we're talking about Jay Cutler, he goes to the NFC Championship game against the Packers, and then he gets injured. And I think it was Maurice Jones-Drew who came out and says, "Oh, you couldn't keep me away from that." I'm like, shut the hell up. You don't know what's going on. You don't know another man's body.
Nope.
And because what is he supposed to be doing? Up on the sideline, rah, rah, rah. I mean, it's terrible.
Oh, yeah, he was terrible. I wouldn't say terrible. I would say he's not a recruiter.
Yeah, he's not really
a recruiter, and that was his biggest downfall. But when you have talent, a lot of talent in Illinois, especially in Chicago and the surrounding areas.
He didn't recruit talent.
He did recruit talent. So if you don't recruit talent in your own hometown, in your own backyard, you're doomed for failure. So
right, and it's always gonna be a struggle. But again, great Bears win today. It's about damn time.
Yes, feels good, man. Feels good to win.
This would have been 7 in a row, and I can't handle it. I couldn't have handled it. I mean, I don't know how we can. I couldn't, in good conscience, sat here and done a show every week, knowing I didn't watch the damn game, because I'm not. They lose 7 in a row. I'm just waiting for the next Steelers game. That's it. I'm not watching it anymore. If they lost today, I'm done.
Can you imagine being a Jets fan though?
Oh well, yeah. I mean, that's just someone you look down on and give condolences to. But they won a Super Bowl. Then they win a Super Bowl. No. What's Joe Namath? Didn't he win the first Super Bowl?
That guy when he
they
called
got
it.
a Super Bowl
When he called it.
Yeah, exactly. So when they tell us that we're holding on to the past, talk to some Jets fans. I mean, they really talk.
Talk to Greeny.
Oh, brother, that's terrible.
A-Rob, 9 catches, 123, 13.7 out.
A-Rob
does A-Rob, man.
That's what he does.
Montgomery with 3 catches, 42 yards, which is amazing. That's if you put him out wide, he's going to catch.
This is the reason they got Montgomery and let go of Jordan Howard.
Right, because he
the
catch the ball.
Jordan Howard's been he's already been in a couple teams this year, and just been floating around. There's a reason, and it's because he had hands of stone.
Yeah.
Okay, he couldn't catch the damn ball. So now you got Montgomery, and the whole reason they got Montgomery is because they liked him better as a pass catcher.
Yeah. Komet with 4 for 41.
It's about time they get look. An average of 10.2 yards a catch. I mean, what you're doing is you're getting your boy out open in space, and he's doing his thing.
Yeah, I think Trubisky and him are getting that chemistry going, and now he's trusting him. And also, the play calling is for Komet.
And that's 100%. And but now here's the frustrating thing. Let's say they won today. Let's say they win 2 of the next couple games.
Vikings.
You got the Vikings, you got the Jags, and you got the Packers, right?
Yeah.
So let's say they beat the Vikings and the Jags. Okay, where are you at right there? That's 8 wins, right? They're not going to beat the Packers, I don't think.
No.
Unless they
set everybody down, right?
Well, unless they just do something like outrageous and win. But right now, the best you can do is 9 wins. Okay, so you're right in the middle of the pack. You're not really going anywhere. What floor am I on? Am I on the 5th floor? Or am I on the bottom floor, or am I going up to floor 10? So here's the frustrating thing. Let's say they won 2 of the next 3 games. Now we're in the middle of the pack again. And what that tells you is that Matt Nagy, as a head coach of the Chicago Bears, has never been a losing head coach. He has won. He has won every single. He has had a winning season, or a 500 season every year he's been here.
Yeah.
So at that point, how do you justify firing him?
Well, they fired Lovey.
It's a 50. I understand that.
They fired Lovey.
But you're talking about a team that's been right in the middle, right in the middle, going back and forth. That's the problem. Is that you're almost doing just enough to get by.
So if you're the McCaskey family, what are you doing?
I don't know.
Are you keeping them, or are you moving on?
But how frustrated are you with you? What you did is if they come back and win 2 more games, you're showing me that after a 5-game losing streak, you were able to pull yourself up by your bootstraps and show some resiliency and play and found a way to adjust. Now the McCaskies might be looking at that and be like, all right, we're going to give you one more year that hasn't been affected by COVID.
So is he on a hot seat where if he loses 1 more game, he's gone?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying is that I think really these next 3 games right here are going to determine the future of Trubisky and Pace in this town. Or not Trubisky, Nagy and Pace. Yeah. Because, I mean, I feel like they've already moved on from Trubisky. Personally, that's how I feel.
And guess what? He might ball out somewhere else.
And I think he will because I think he's athletic enough. I think what's happening in these last 2 weeks is that Bill Lazor is showing and proving that if you put Trubisky in the right package, put the plays out there that he knows that he can execute, because part of being a head coach is not just adjusting, but knowing how to adjust your game plan to get the best out of your players. And that's any leader and that's any boss. If you're not doing it the right way, then you're not going to get good production. And you can't be surprised by that at all.
Yeah. What did you think about defenses today?
Defense looked great. I mean, look, Roquan Smith had 2 sacks today. What does that tell you? That means that your coverage is out there. It's tight. They're not allowing Watson to throw the ball to where he wants to.
No, he was getting chased out of the pocket and tackled.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everyone, look at how many tackles on here.
Gibson, 6 tackles. Trevathan, 6.
Jalen Johnson, Kyle Fuller, Eddie Jackson, Trevathan.
That's a total of 10, really.
Right. You know what I mean? Like, so exactly. You got assists in there. Mario Edwards. Look how we're going down this list, and it's going. Yeah. I mean, like,
Duke Shelley.
You got the new kid in there with Kendall Vildor, who just came in, the rookie.
Yeah, Brent Urban, Keith Urban's cousin.
Yeah. Bilal Nichols. I mean, like, Bilal Nichols had a sack.
Yeah.
Look at these numbers. This is crazy.
Yeah.
So I mean, they've been snapping off the last couple weeks,
Ooh,
and
Mingo
the shame of it. Barcavius Mingo. It was a good game. It was a good game from the start to the finish. So we at least have something positive to talk about this week. We do have a special guest that should be here this time.
Yeah.
Not like last time when we said it.
Not like last time.
We're not teasing it.
No. He's confirmed. I talked to him earlier. He's going to be in the studio, not in the studio, but via the hotline. So we'll get him in, and then we have another special guest the week after that.
Yep.
And then maybe we'll do a different type of show the next couple of weeks. Maybe bring some other people in that we know.
Yeah. We might be doing a little bit of a format change a little bit.
Yeah.
We got some ideas going on, so those of you that do listen every week, we really appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for guys reaching out.
Yeah.
My commercial part people, my NEIU people who always text me and message me and send me stuff. Thank you. I appreciate your support. I appreciate you guys listening and all the love you show us.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, whatever feedback that we get from fans that actually listen to the show, it's great because it keeps us doing what we're doing. Keeps us just adding little stuff here and there as we've gone. I mean, you can probably see our progression over the past, 6 months or so, which came out of a pandemic and a couple of guys that just wanted to talk about sports. I think it's come a long way. So we do appreciate all your support, and it just really keeps us going.
So what's going on with this bracket, man? What do we got going on with this bracket?
Yeah, man. So, yeah, that was the thing is that...
we had an upset this week.
On Thursday, we started our Ultimate Sitcom Tournament. This is 64 of the all-time best sitcoms, and we put them in a NCAA bracket tournament style. This is in conjunction with China Native Entertainment.
That's right.
Mike Logic and me were talking one day about our favorite sitcoms because that Fresh Prince reunion came on.
Yeah, and then we had a big debate on this chat going back and forth. Like, no, this show's better. No, this show better. I'm like, you know what?
It's hard.
Let the fans decide.
So we have 2 different brackets, 2 sides of the brackets. You get the classics, which is basically 1950s through about 1990. And then we have the recents, which is 1990 and on. Now, what we did is we kind of sprinkled in some of the all-time classics. Honeymooners is in there. I Love Lucy, Dick Van Dyke. You got Cosby Show. Welcome Back, Kotter, I think, is in there. MASH is in there.
Oh, MASH is gone.
MASH is gone, though. MASH got taken out. MASH has a number 1 seed, which was a number 1 seed legitimately.
Yeah, people
I had some argument about that.
Yeah, we had a different world competing against MASH. And
MASH came out on top. Well, MASH lost. But I'm going to give you, whoever's been actually voting on it, I'm going to give you the reason why MASH was the number 1 seed. When MASH finale aired, it was the #1 all-time show watched of all time ever. Like, everyone on the planet watched that match finale. And there's a reason why people do that. Is because it's an extremely popular show. It had a big following. So this week we saw our 4 #1 seeds come out. We had Cheers and MASH on the Classics bracket, and on the recents we had Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and The Office were our #1s.
Yeah, sorry to the ranch. I guess nobody watched the ranch but me.
So the ranch got knocked out.
0 votes.
0 votes, and it's gonna happen. I mean, you're gonna have those all-time classic shows. So right now our winners were Fresh Prince, right? Fresh Prince won. The Office won.
Different World.
Different World beat out #1 seed MASH,
yeah.
and then. Who was the other #1? Oh, Cheers. Cheers beat out, I think it was Perfect Strangers.
Yeah, Perfect Stranger with Balky
and all them. So yeah, I mean, this is a really fun thing. This is, like I said, it's in conjunction with China Native Entertainment. So check our Twitter page every weekday. We're gonna have 2 new matchups, one from recents, one from classics, and then we'll keep you guys updated. We're looking for a format to put the whole bracket up online, so you can kind of see it as we go. But in the meantime, you can vote. Just check our Twitter page every day.
Twitter page will be open. I usually post everything at 9 a.m. So it gives everybody a chance to listen to our episodes, want to drive to work, or from your bed to the couch while you work from your couch. So listen to our episodes.
That long morning commute.
Yeah, the long morning commute.
Home,
So listen to our show first, and then at 9 o'clock, I post it on the Twitter page, so you'll have it ready when you punch in.
And you can find our Twitter at True Shy Fans. Okay.
Yep.
You will find a link on the page as well.
Yep.
I'm posting on my personal page. You're posting on your personal page.
Yep.
Mike Logic is doing the same. So we should have a fun tournament. I want to say it'll be done right after the beginning of the year. So we got about a month left. I mean, we got 64 shows, and right now we've already lost 4 shows. We're at 60 still remaining in the tournament. So it should be a lot of fun. We have had discussions about other tournaments to do in the future, so we have a couple of surprises coming up.
Yeah, we're working on that, putting it together. We have an animation one that's coming up. We're putting that together, and then some other ones in the works. And as soon as we get those out, we'll let you know. Also, look at this fresh gear, man.
Yep, check it out. Woo! So these are from our guys.
Put those away.
These are from our guys at Grit Clothing Company. You can check them out, gritclothingco.com.
Muscles not included. Sorry, muscles not included.
You got to suck it. We're gonna
suck in the gut.
Here we go, guys. Here we go.
Yeah.
So yeah, gritclothingco.com. We have a promo code. Was it TrueFan15?
Yeah.
15% off of your entire order. That's going on right now. So get your stuff for Christmas. In the meantime, like I said, we got a special guest coming on today that will join us for our loop segment, and we do have some tamales and pasteles to taste
we got to squash the debate today because we started it last week, and guess what? My phone was blowing up saying, "No, you're crazy. It should be pasteles."
Yeah, we both picked tamales when we did the versus battle. This is our Christmas time Latino food battle. So
a friend of the show, a friend of mine, Yoli, thank you so much. Thank you for waking up early and give me the tamales, making some pasteles for me. I picked them up this morning at 9 a.m. Thank you for waking up on Sunday so early. And I brought them here. They're going to be ready to go after the show, after we finish recording the episode. We're going to have our go live and do that again. Versus tamales, and I got them from Damon and 21st. You know, the tamale lady that sits right there in the corner by the Chase parking lot. You know, she's got her own Yelp review page, and she has Yelp reviews that are amazing. So you know that the tamales are gonna be legit. I didn't rig the contest.
Yeah. No,
so I'm getting great quality stuff, so that way we can decide on what's better.
And let me give a shout out to you, man. So here's the thing. You see these new shelves that we got back here. This is all the stuff that I've collected over the years. A couple of things that we brought in since we started doing the show. And we were able to find, we're very thrifty people here. So we found these 2 shelves here on Craigslist for free. I hit them up right away. And this man right here, I says, "Hey, I know we just finished recording. We both got things to do. Let's go pick up these shelves real quick." We hopped in my car. We went over. We picked up the shelves, put them in the back of the car, and the car wouldn't start.
It was one of those things.
It was one of those weird things, and I ended up having to go buy a new battery. We threw the battery in the car, and we were good. Yeah. But from then, last week, we picked up this chair I'm sitting in right here. Yeah, we picked this thing up for free because I'm cruising everyone's webpage, and I'm like, "Hey, man, I'm gonna fund this studio and get all new furniture in here for free."
That's true.
And he also gave me a hand today. We just put new sofa for free that we got upstairs.
Yeah.
So this dude right here has been a homie over the past while here and putting in some work. So let you know that we are working for the show.
Yes,
We're not just over here trying to talk smack to y'all while we drink our beers and have a good time.
Yeah, when you listen to the show, at the end of the show, we give our credits out. We usually let out the site where you can actually contribute and be one of our partners in getting the show off the ground. We love our fans. We want you to be part of the show. That's why we do the live. That's why we post so much news for everybody to know. And if you want to be part of the show, part of our support system, please reach out. Let us know. We'll send you the link. Any money that we do receive goes to the betterment of the show, whether it's listening equipment, sound equipment, visual equipment,
New sponsors, clothing.
Yes,
we're hoping to next year with the new year coming up, have a store, have some of this stuff with our logos and everything like that. For sale for you guys. You can, if you like the show, it's just like anything else. You like it, you'll wear the stuff. So, you know what I mean? Help out your homies here and keep us going, man. We're grinding for you. Episode 22 today. That's
23.
It might be 23. So we're coming up at 25 pretty soon. But we really support all your support. We really appreciate all your support. Yeah. We support it too. Yeah. We support you supporting us. We're trying to book some good guests for the next upcoming year, and we have some really interesting ideas we actually were talking about today to come up, so to make it a more timeless show where it's not so tied to current games and things like that. So we got some stuff in the works. We're going to be looking for some local Chicago people that have an impact throughout the sports world, culture world of Chicago, so we can bring you some new fresh stuff, because there's a lot of avenues for us to go down and a lot of stuff for us to explore, to bring to you guys. And I sound really Channel 11 right now, but just telling you what it is. So we got a lot of dope stuff.
Well, they're a big network, so I don't know. That's fine.
They are, but they also beg for money. Hey, did you like that first half hour? We'll be back to the next half hour after you give me a few dollars for this tote bag and a bunch of VHSs. So. We could do that. I mean, I'll put. Look, we'll put our name on anything if you want. I mean, you just got to throw us a little bit of.
I think I got a case of old VHSs that are blank. I can do that.
Oh yeah, we could. We just got to get the stickers and everything like that. But anyway, check it out. We have a big show today. We're going to talk about Bears victory. Finally, we're going to get into it. We'll have a special guest for our loop segment. And then we'll go into our tamales versus pasteles part 2, I guess. Yeah. So we'll talk about that a little bit. We'll do our taste test. Maybe we'll do a video of the taste test. But until then, Big Z, E-Rock, check it out. Thursday morning, you'll hear our show every week.
That's right.
And until then,
for the love of sports.